Hey everyone, in this video I want to talk about side jumps and how to do them. The goal is to feel comfortable in using them consistently in your gameplay. So with consistently landing your side jumps, the most important thing to know is that you must look down when placing your floors to catch yourself. And by keeping this fact in mind, you'll find yourself placing your crosshair in the proper place for the floors, and that you'll be messing up a lot less. So there are many different scenarios where side jumps are effective. What you want to look out for is when your opponent's build is placed in a way that prevents you from ramping further, and where the normal option is for you to double back around and build in the opposite direction. And why this isn't the most effective is because it requires you to go back down, and that gives up more vertical space for your opponent to gain height even more. So instead, you'll jump up to the side, which places you one floor up immediately without you having to turn back, and build this way. So another common scenario is when you're double ramping up to retake high ground, and your opponent places a floor in a cone that prevents you from further moving up. And this is because they're usually a few floors above you and they're tracking the direction you're ramping in, so they'll place a cone and a floor to block you from moving up, and then they could either double edit onto you, pump you, or they could drop down with a ramp to the side and pump you like that. So normally most good players will expect this, so when they do place the floor and the cone, you could quickly do your side jump, and as they edit down onto you, you'll be jumping to the side and then building up, which usually results in a high ground retake. So I'll discuss a few practical side jump variations and how they can be used. So the first is a side jump after being coned by your opponent. You'll be placed in an awkward position right at the very top of your ramp, so it is good to know how to position yourself so that you don't get hit by the top of the cone when you do your jump. And this takes practice and knowing kind of how your character is positioned. It's pretty simple. You just kind of double back around and do your jump. So the second side jump is where you're facing the center, and this is typically when you want to be more aggressive to your opponent, because more often than not your opponent's positioning will be towards the center of where the side jump is taking place. So normally you'll place a wall and a ramp, and you'll ramp towards that direction, which is a bit more aggressive. So another one is the side jump double ramp. So instead of going towards the center, you're going away from the center, and this is a lot more defensive because you're trying to create distance away from your opponent so that you can retake high ground, either with a double 90 or any kind of move where you know that you've given yourself a bit more space because you ramped away from the center. So this is done by just a regular side jump and immediately pressing your ramp hotkey, which places a ramp right above you, which protects you, and then you just proceed to double ramp up. So another variation is landing on your stairs. So typically with this side jump, you know that you're safe and you want to immediately build up for height. You want to be side jumping to where the bottom of your ramp would be. So let's say I want to continue moving forward. I'll want to side jump towards the part where the bottom of the ramp is, and then continue moving forward. And this gives you kind of like an extra boost in height, where as you would land on the floor, you would kind of have to ramp up from here as to if you were to land on top of the stairs. So with protected side jumps, they require a bit more mechanical skill, but they will allow for more protection. And the first kind is placing a wall for yourself through your cone, which can give you more timing to do your jump, place a cone above you to protect yourself, or just to catch yourself on your floor. And You know, there's a lot of different variations where you could jump and place the wall first and then catch yourself. There's the type where you can place everything and catch yourself. But what's most important is that you're doing the kind that most consistently allows you to catch yourself. You know, it's only really important against extremely talented players where you need to have all these in place. But, I mean, if you can do it, like, it's all the power to you. Lastly, you can also take a shot with your side jump. Let's say your opponent is only one floor above you, and he's just trying to ramp up, and you also know that he's really low on health. You could jump, take a pump shot, and catch yourself. So if you could do some damage or kill them, but if you do some damage, you can continue, you know, ramping up and contesting for high ground, and then eventually killing them. So that's all I really have to discuss for today. If you have any questions, feel free to message me or come watch me when I'm streaming. I honestly will help anyone that wants to improve their game. I just like helping, educating, and just helping others. See you guys.